I'll say this, and those of you that have cruised before, um, I have never seen a happier crew in my life. Never. Nothing compared to these guys. There's people that have been working with Sea Cloud for 20 years and they're happy to be there. They treat them well. Everybody's happy to deal with you. There's no um sometimes you go on board cruise ships and having been a crew member, everybody kind of looks exhausted. Everybody's, if they're getting towards the end of their contract, none of that. Well, Amy and I were on board together actually, and there was a bartender. He was leaving after what, 10 months or something like
Mhm.
that. And
Yeah,
he was
Anton.
the happiest, bubbliest guy. And Anton will probably be on our cruise. And he was just fantastic. Just little
Mhm.
things like, oh, you like this Sauvignon Blanc? I'll make sure there's a bottle of it in your room. That's the kind of service you can expect. It's a 5-star experience. All the rooms are suite level. It's truly an amazing boat. And as far as Ben and we met. I kind of did the same thing Amy did. I kind of stalked his Instagram and got in touch with his assistant, and the first thing we did was a Virgin Voyages cruise. Um, and actually, Alan, who's with us here, was on that first cruise with us. His son will actually be our sous chef on this cruise.
Oh, that's so
So
cool.
yeah,
Hey,
Alan's
Alan.
yeah.
Hey, how
So
are you?
yeah. So, Alan,
Awesome.
I mean, if you want to take like 2 seconds and just say real quickly, like your experience of work of interacting with Ben and his cooking demos. I mean, you came, you lived it. What did you think?
I just asked
Okay,
him.
hopefully you can hear me. Yeah, awesome. So, we were never on a Virgin cruise ship before, and I read a lot of great things about Virgin. And for years and years, we watched this Below Deck, and always thought Ben was hilarious. And I went to culinary school myself and graduated, and my son followed in my footsteps. He went to culinary school and graduated. So we just always found Ben to be a really cool guy. So I said, I'd like to shake his hand one day. And we went on the trip, and I was kind of like the kind of person where like I don't want to bother the guy, but I like still want to like say hey, what's up or whatever. So yeah, so we were real chill with the guy, and I think he appreciated that because a lot of people were like overly like anxious to see him. But take a step back. His cooking demonstrations were incredible. I learned a lot. Um, he's just a nice guy. He's not he's just a normal person. He's a little bit shy actually, but it's cool. And it's just what you can learn just to watch him cook and explain. He told me never buy fish at Whole Foods markets, and he told me a lot of advice. And I'm sorry, I can only speak for the Virgin experiences, but
Yeah,
it was so nice we did it twice. So we went back for I think that was 2.0.
yeah.
And again, a couple of the same people were on board. We met some people the first time around, and we saw them again, and nice to see them again and smile and say hello. And it just was a real nice, friendly, no hassle, no pressure, just laid back kind of vacation, which is cool. And I think this new one coming up, and don't worry, Chris, I gotta move some money around, but I'm gonna put that deposit. I got you, bro. Um, I think this is gonna be even more chill because it's less people and it's just on a beautiful sailboat. I mean, this is
Yeah.
going to be great. So I'm looking forward to it.
Thanks so much, Alan. See,
Awesome.
so there you go. From the, I mean, and to speak more about how Ben is Ben is very good at interacting with everyone, and he really, I don't want you to feel like this is going to be like a meet and greet where you shake his hand and take a picture and then you never talk to him again. Ben's very good at walking around, talking with everyone, asking them, and you're going to feel like you've met him at the end of this. I mean, most of the people that came on these cruises interact with him on Instagram. They talk to, like the people that came back to the second and third and fourth cruises we did with him, it was hugs. It was, oh my gosh, I mean, how's everything going? How's the dog? I mean, so don't feel, and the great thing about this cruise is we're putting Ben to work. He's gonna be cooking. He has a sous chef. This is going to be a little bit different than the way we've done it before, because in the past he was assisted by the galley crew on Virgin, and it was a little bit different. He kind of curated the menu, executive chefed it, but he wasn't as hands-on as except in the demo he completely did. But in this one, he will be preparing. Him and the Sioux will be preparing this meal. And we're not sure exactly which meal it's going to be yet, but we've got a couple really fun ideas. So, hey, Maria, another alumni person coming here. It's going to be great. And on this setting, the other thing too, let me speak to the itinerary just a wee bit. We're going to be going to all of Ben's haunts. So we'll be at Soggy Dollar Bar, which is a famous bar in Yost that Ben is like a rock star at. We're gonna be able to hang with him, and that also is where. Well, no, I don't think. No, I apologize. I take that back. Um, but we're gonna be there. We're gonna get to go to Soggy's. We're gonna get to go to Foxy's. We're gonna get to go a lot of these iconic places that you've seen on the show, and you're gonna get to go there with Ben. He's gonna be there with you, and no doubt, if you want stories, he'll give them to you. But be prepared because there's some pretty
It'll
wild
be X
stories.
R rated R, right?
Yeah,
Will
well,
we?
PG
Will
PG 17 maybe. I don't
17.
know.
we'll be
Yeah.
making our own stories now,
Yes,
right?
exactly. Yes. So that's enough out of me. Amy is from Sea Cloud. I had the privilege of sailing with her, and she's the our fantastic rep from Sea Cloud, and we had absolute blast on
We had
board.
so
And
much fun.
and it was also a chef hosted cruise, so I got to
Mhm.
see what it was like on board. I, I I mean I have nothing but great things to say, but Amy, take it away, girl.
Awesome. Thank you so much. Welcome, everyone. I'm just going to kind of quickly go through a brief overview of Sea Cloud. What is it all about, and what makes it so special? So let me share my screen. Let's see if I can do this correctly. All right. Do you guys see us?
Yeah, that's great. Everything looks good.
Okay, perfect. All right, Chef Ben, Sea Cloud Cruises, and you, let's talk all about this. So, rather than talking about it, let's actually watch something about this. This video, or this brief video kind of shows you a little bit more of the life on board
I
Sea
love
Cloud.
that.
As Chris was saying, it's not like any other cruise line, right? You're on board, you're seeing the sails I can't say that word, come out, and everything's done by hand. There's no buttons, there's nothing automatic about the sailing aspect of this vessel. So it is a true, authentic windjammer, and we're really proud to say that. We're proud to really be tied into the sailing community so tight. We have three ships: Sea Cloud 2, Sea Cloud Spirit. The only one you guys need to focus on right now is the Spirit. It is the largest and it's the newest ship that we have in our fleet. Over 44,000 square feet of sails when we're at full sail. Where do we go? We're in the Mediterranean in the summer months. We go transatlantic in November. It's 16 to 17 nights, depending on what ship you're on. And then we island hop around the Caribbean and into Central America in the winter months. Now, what you guys need to focus on is your itinerary. Chris mentioned or touched on this a little bit, but I'll kind of throw it back over to you, Chris, to kind of go
Okay.
through this itinerary a little bit. But St. Martin to St. Martin, to Virgin Gorda. Um, we are overnighting at Virgin Gorda, so you will, like Chris said, have the opportunity to go into Foxy's, um,
Yost.
and then Yost,
Yeah, yeah.
down through Normandy Island
Yeah.
to St. John's, Antigua, and of course we'll be at St. Bart's until the wee hours, and then back to St. Martin round trip. So nice and
Uh,
easy round trip. It helps keep your logistics easy when you're planning your pre and post sale activities.
yeah.
Do you have any?
No, it's a fantastic itinerary. Once it's easy to get to, St. Martin's probably one of the more easy islands to get to in the Caribbean. Virgin Gorda is where the baths are, and there's a complimentary tour included. We're there, and then the next day we do two stops in Yost. We do one at White Bays where Soggy Dollar Bar is, and I mean we just dock. We anchor right off the thing and Zodiac into the beach. It's awesome. And then we also tender into um, Yoast, the main port in Yoast, and we tender in, and that's where you can actually get to go to Foxy's. It's a late night stop. Um, that is a very fun trip, especially if you want to get to know the crew a little bit. I have a kind of a funny story from that when being at Foxy's. I had about three crew members around me. I said, "Oh, let me get these hardworking crew members a group drink." And I turned to the bartender and said, "Yeah, let's get." I turned back. All of a sudden, there was 15 crew members there. I don't know how that happened, but it was really fun, and it was a great night, and it's fun. And then Norman Island is beautiful. I think that's where the beach barbecue happens. Um,
Yeah.
and then we go to Antigua, which I'm sure some of you have been to, and then we finish in St. Martin. Um, Antigua's great. I mean, but what I really like about this is this boat goes to where yachts go to. This boat does not go to where cruise ships go to. I mean, the only exception would be St. Martin and Antigua, but that's embarkation. Antigua does have big cruise, but for the most part, these ports, you're not gonna. Oh, and I'm sorry, we've got St. Bart's in there too. The sailing pole is up in front of me here, so I can't. Can I move that? Okay. Yeah, I can. So we also in St. Bart's where and we're there late. And there's a great restaurant that I know there that's family owned. Anyone that wants to join us, we'll probably go there. But if you like shopping and you like glam, St. Bart's is where all of the celebrities go. So keep your eyes peeled. You might see someone famous there. So it's gorgeous. And then we're back to St. Martin. Um, anyone that is thinking about pre and post options, I know Shelby and I are working on a pre possibly with bed, but we're still working the logistics out on that because it's season and we're trying to make sure we have the best options there in St. Martin. But if anyone wants to do it independently, talk with us as well, and we can help you with that as well. But other than that, this is a pretty awesome itinerary, and it's not the usual suspects. So don't feel
Right.
it's going to be the same things the cruise ships hit. It's not at all any of that.
Yeah. You
So
probably won't even see another cruise line besides
yeah,
being in St. Martin or, like you said, Antigua. Okay, so as you kind of digest all of those destinations, let's watch this quick clip about Um, the music is on in my headset for some reason only, so I couldn't talk and listen to that at the same time. But yeah, just imagine yourself in the Caribbean on these amazing tall ships. This video is similar to the first one, but the one thing that's a little bit different you'll see it depicts this beach barbecue, which you will all participate in. So we will Zodiac off the ship. As you're doing that, you'll have the opportunity to take some great photos of the ship itself. And then on the beach, you'll have a beautiful beach barbecue with all the amazing Caribbean fare. Steel
Just
drum
like below
musicians.
decks.
Yes,
It is just like below
exactly.
decks.
it really like if you watch the sailing yacht below deck, it's very similar. So that right there, the room that this person just walked into right now, I'm pretty sure, and correct me if I'm wrong, Amy, I think that
hmm
was the E category that she just walked into. I could be
hmm
wrong,
Yep,
but
that will be
yeah,
similar to the E category in the Spirit. Yes.
right, yeah, okay.
So very roomy. You've got lots of room for all of your luggage. I
Mhm.
would comfortably have been in an E category with my husband, and I didn't have to fight over any closet space even, which was crazy. Because we usually have to. And then you have your portholes. You've got a desk, an armoire for
Mhm.
all of your other
You want
things,
me
and
to
then
show
you
that?
actually have a
I have it right here. Do you want me to share my
yeah,
screen and show it?
Yeah,
sure.
I will say this. One thing that this boat does very well is utilize the space well. So
So this is,
they this is the E category
yeah.
cabin right here. Yeah.
And I don't want to make you dizzy, but it's a 360. That's the sweet part of it. Ah, there's the bed.
There's a yeah.
There's
I'm
the
like,
bed.
where's the bed?
Where's the bed? And then I'm going to show you the bathroom. That's the ceiling. The
Look
bath
at the bathroom.
is so beautiful. I mean, that's the entry level suite, and it's
Right.
really quite a thing. In fact, I think the A categories do the veranda suites. They have the
The
balcony,
veranda suites have full
have a full tub.
full tubs with
Yeah,
jets.
which
Hmm.
is really
Hmm.
magical on a cruise on a ship because like you're just not used to having the tub. I love to have a bath. I'm like a bath girl, like Pamela
And
Anderson.
Yes.
they give you bath bombs
Bath
in the room
bombs,
as
that's
well.
so cool. But yeah,
I
this is
know.
the entry level. So if you just to give you an idea, I don't want to make you dizzy. I'm going to stop sharing but the idea, you get the idea of what the experience is like because this is just not ordinary. It's extraordinary. I had a chance a long time ago to do an old windjammer ship, which is a sailing yacht, but it's like glamping. And for me, it was my husband's favorite trip ever because, if you wanted to, you could climb the rigging and all that stuff and help them with the sails, which you can actually do a little bit of that here on this one too. You don't have to, but you can. But it was like glamping, and I was like, babe, I need a little bit more like refinement here. And when I saw this, I was like, oh yeah, that's what I'm talking about. And just that 5-star food experience because you get to that point in life where the kind of food matters, and it's just quality all the way here. So I'm super excited to experience this. And Joel and I will be on this trip too. So we don't really host a lot of trips anymore. So we are there, and Joel's a lot of fun. He's definitely the better half.
I doubt that,
Wow.
Shelby. I mean,
I don't
I'm
know
sure
about
he's
that.
great, but come on.
He really
Um,
is.
I'll just give you a quick thing about the food on board. So I was sitting in my room and I really wanted something to eat. And I'm like, normally there's a like a room service about something. And I was like looking, I don't see anything. So I just called down to the front desk. I said, hey, can I is there a room service or anything? They're like, no, what do you want? I was like, what do you mean, what do I want? Like, what do you want? I said, can I get a burger and fries? No problem, sir. It'll be up in a minute. And I will say it's the best burger I've ever had.
Wow.
How many times did we order room service fries and they're soggy? These were crispy fries. The burger was nice. The bun was warm. It was fantastic. I ordered it three more times.
I
You
love
know,
it.
I mean,
I'm
and the
pretty sure
great
I saw
thing,
you have it on the Lido
yes,
Deck bar.
I showed it to you. Yeah. And that's the
Yes.
other thing. You can order things. You can be sitting at the Lido Deck bar and say, you know what, I really love a burger. And they'll just bring it to you.
Wow.
Hmm.
You know, and that right there, that's the level of service, which is why the price point is where it is, which is why what it is, because it's not it's a beautiful ship and everything, but the service level, there's 85 crew to 130 passengers. I mean, just kind of do the math there. I mean, these guys take great care of you. So,
Hmm.
anyway, Amy, tell us
Yeah,
about a day in the
and
life.
our crew, I mean, I can't say enough great things about our crew. We have near 90% retention rate. So we've already mentioned Anton. He's one of my favorite people on board, but he has been with Sea Cloud for over 25 years. People want to be there, as Chris said. So when you walk on board, we want you to feel like it is your private yacht. And I can honestly say, as someone that has experienced Sea Cloud a couple times already, I really feel like that. So you're walking into a beautiful experience. So let me just walk you through a day, what a typical day might look like on board the Sea Cloud Spirit. First off, we do have an activities director. So what she'll do is organize a little agenda based on what people are kind of wanting. Um, I am a yoga instructor on my as a side job, and there is nowhere better to do yoga than on the sun deck on the Sea Cloud Spirit. To yoga is to yoke, right? Is to connect. So as you're breathing, you're connecting your movements with your breath, with the water, with the air, with the destination. It's truly, truly magical. So you have the opportunity to do that right away in the morning if you want. After that, let's go right on into the restaurant where you'll be greeted by Niels, our executive sommelier, and he has a little mimosa station all prepped and ready for you. I'm not a big breakfast person, so this is the only picture I could find with breakfast. I'm sorry, but it's a full spread. Of course, I am only concerned about the mimosa station, but anything you can think of will be at the breakfast buffet. Next up, after that, we are going to go on one of the excursions. Now, on Sea Cloud Spirit, everything's included. So, everything I've already mentioned, yoga class, mimosa bar, your full breakfast, and the excursions are all included. So, here we are leaving the ship and going into Virgin Gorda. So we're going to take a little bus ride around Virgin Gorda and stop at some beautiful vistas to take a look at the island. Of course, Niels is there. He'll make sure that we are well hydrated as we venture through. And then we're going to stop at the baths. So the baths, we had the opportunity to do that this excursion, Chris and I, when we were on board back in January. This is an absolutely phenomenal national park. It's like, and unlike anything else, you're walking through, you're hiking into these beaches that are absolutely remote. You have to walk, you have to hike down into them, and then you get to hike through these huge boulders um,
And
through the water and into the beach. Yeah, go ahead.
can I interject there? Because this is one of my favorite places, and the only way you can even get here from a big ship is when you stop in Tortola, which is already
Yep.
not very often. And then you got to do a lot of like,
It's an all-day tour,
it's like
yeah.
an acrobatic adventure to get there and get back and all that. And in here, we won't have that kind of pressing time measures. But these stones that you see, these big stones that are shaped to that second picture, those are leaning up against each other. So you're going through a cave. The hike is not as strenuous. You have to have some balance and stuff, but it's not crazy. But these big stones are from a volcanic eruption many thousands, I don't know how many gazillion years ago, but long, long time ago. And those rocks were shot out of the volcano, and then they make these real whirlpools. So there's like actual real live whirlpools from the rocks, and like you can't really see it in these pictures, but when you get there you'll see it where the ocean water comes in, and some people get in those little rocks and hang out in the whirlpool, and then there's a little area for food and drink down there, and it is just it's one of the most special places in the Caribbean in my honest opinion. And it's included. The tour is included, and they make it as easy as possible for you. And it's worth talking about because it is a fantastic place.
Awesome. I'm so excited to do it. All right. So after you've hiked a little bit, we're going to go back on board and enjoy lunch on the Lido deck. So we'll have food stations. Of course, the bartenders will be all ready to go, making you a beautiful cocktail if you like. After lunch, let's take it easy, shall we? Let's just relax on the ship, maybe have a cup of coffee. One thing that I love to mention is we have an open bridge policy. So anytime you'd like to go talk to the captain or learn about where we're going, learn about the different tools that the captain is using in the bridge, you can go into the bridge and talk to them. We've already mentioned how amazing the crew is, but they really are. They're super approachable. They want to chat with you about everything. All right, so after we've relaxed, we're ready for some adventure. Um, Chris mentioned it already, but you will have the opportunity to climb up the rigging to the first platform. Of course, everything that I've already mentioned is optional. You don't have to do any of this, but if you want to, you can climb up the rigging. It's about 17 meters on the Sea Cloud Spirit, so that's about 50 feet. I did this and I think I'm pretty athletic. I think, not scared of heights. I was shaking. It was so fun, but let me tell you, the views when you get up there are absolutely amazing. They're breathtaking. So you really get to see the ship and just the world in a different perspective when you're up there. And obviously, again, our crew can't say enough good things about them, but they're there supporting you all the way through. All right, that was a lot. Let's relax, shall we? Let's go into the Finnish sauna and relax. Again, this is included in your fare. Um, we do have a spa as well if you'd like to add on some additional spa services. Maybe you have a little facial, massage, whatever. Treat yourself. You're on vacation. All right, after we've relaxed, it's time for more food and drink. We've got cocktail hour. Usually it's around 7 o'clock. We'll sometimes some nights we'll have
Well,
musicians
4 o'clock.
on board. Well, yeah, it can be whenever you want, really. Cocktail hour can start whenever you'd like. But oftentimes the officers will come and enjoy cocktail hour as well, as long as they're not, it's not their time to be up on the bridge. So that's another great time to just hang out and um, relax with the crew and the officers. And then we're going to go into dinner. So the food has already been mentioned. It's absolutely amazing. We like to pair the food with whatever destination we're going to. So we will have some of that Caribbean layer um, incorporated into some of the dinners, but here are just some of the plates that we enjoyed back in January. Usually, dinner is going to be of about like a 5 to 6 course meal. And then, of course, if you have dietary restrictions or requirements of any kind, we can accommodate those. Just let us know in advance. After dinner, it's been a long day. Let's just go have one more drink at the Lido bar. That is Anton right there, making me my last, or he's in the picture, making a beautiful cocktail right there. It's not a great picture, but the center picture there, looking at the stars, I had to include it because I mean, the stars are so beautiful when you're out there without any other ship around and just, looking up there. So I do recommend everyone take the opportunity to, at some point after dinner, go up on the sun deck and look at the stars. And then let's hit the hay and relax. Get ready for the next day. That's just a typical day on the Sea Cloud Spirit. Of course, again, you can make it however you want, but there's lots of opportunities to do all kinds of fun, exciting things. Now, what are you waiting for? Let's go.
Yeah, we're excited. We're really excited. If you guys do want to start getting in your deposits and you want to go over pricing with us, we want to just talk about number one, this big solo sale that they just dropped, which is
It's
incredible for
huge. It's
yeah.
huge.
We have a lot of single guests, and obviously we can't allow that many. There's only 56 cabins, right?
hmm
So
Uh, is it 50? Yeah, it's like, yeah, 56.
right
Yeah.
around there.
Including some solo cabins.
Okay.
So
Yeah. Which are
very
sold,
limited.
which are sold.
The
The
two
solo
solo
cabins are
cabins
sold.
are already sold out, but they're doing a promo where there's no single supplement for a limited amount of cabins. The only thing that would be added is the executive event fee for Chef Ben, which is
Yeah.
about 250, 500, depending upon if you're two people in a room or single. But those deals are very limited, and but you can have your own balcony. And I know that that's a big deal for some people. Whereas on this ship, there's limited balconies because it's a real sailing vessel, so you just can't have, you can't have a bunch of balconies when it's a real sailing ship because it has to, tilt and everything when it needs to. And they do have junior suites and the larger suites. The junior suites you can get as a single if you want to spend that kind of money. It's a great deal for a single, amazing deal. And if you want to do a more economical entry level, that's still available too. So that was at the I think it was at the 5245 number, 5,245 to entry level. So
Mhm.
that's what it is. And then there's Chris, if you want to go over some of the guarantee deals
Yeah.
they have. for those
Yeah.
that
So
are on it.
yeah. So here's the thing: is just remember this is an all-inclusive cruise. When you get on board, there's really nothing to buy unless you want to go get a massage at the spa or buy a bottle of, Louis the 13th or something like that. But other than that, there's pretty much, my bill was zero when I walked off this boat, and I did everything there was to do. I didn't, except for getting a massage, basically, or buying something in the gift shop. There are some specials going on right now. The solo special is huge. I personally, a lot of the people contacting me are solo sailors, and they're very interested in this because I mean, literally, aside from the event fee that we have for Ben that we have to charge in order to cover him, it's pretty much you're paying a per person rate, which is huge. Not a lot of cruise ships do this, right? Especially at this level of sailing. So I was shocked when I was shocked when I got this email today from Amy telling me, "Oh, we're waiving solo supplement on a single supplement on all 2026 sailings," which also included ours, which I thought for sure we were going to be the one that they did not give that to, because we got Ben on board and everything like that. So, um, and let me just talk quick, kind of what the differences between this crew, like a normal Sea Cloud cruise and a chef hosted cruise that we're going to do. Just real quick, Chef Ben will be curating a menu and preparing a menu, a fully plated course meal in the dining room for us. Also, a cooking demonstration, as well as meet greets, Q&As, that kind of stuff. So, like I said, the access is there. Ben is very, very open to, you can walk up and talk to Ben. Alan was funny when he told me he didn't want to bother him, but once you meet him, and Maria's here too. Maria has sailed with me before as well. Ben is very, very easy to approach, easy to talk to. Just don't talk to him when he's plating food. That's the only thing I would say. If he's plating food, don't talk to him. But other than that, you can walk up to him, you can ask him pretty much anything, and just be prepared for the answer you might get. But he's definitely a good guy. He's very entertaining. His cooking demos are very fun. Um, uh, you know, I, my favorite one was when he made ceviche. So I think Alan saw that, Maria saw that. So
Awesome.
yeah, thanks, Alan. But so what I would say is this: is just so you know, Ben has not announced this to everyone yet. I have told the people that have sailed with me before on Ben cruises. There's a couple of them here right now. But once he puts this out, just to give you an idea, the first day or the first 48 hours that he put it out last time, I had 1,400 requests in my email. So if this is something you want to do, you're a fan, you want to do it, get with, get with Shelby, get with me,
Or
and
whoever
and and,
invited
and
you, if
yeah, whoever
I know
invited
we've
you,
had a
yeah,
couple agents here that invited their guests, so whoever invited
right,
this, just get with them and
absolutely,
we'll take care of you. It's a
right,
25% deposit, and then
right,
final payment is like September 26th for my recollection.
right. Is that what you? Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, and then flights are not bad, at least from Florida.
No,
I was just looking, direct flights to St. Martin from Florida, nonstop on American Airlines was like 460 bucks a
yeah,
person, which is not bad at all. And they're good flights, like 10 a.m. leaving, to get there at 2 the day before.
yeah,
We do recommend everybody come in the day before. You don't have to, but it's definitely a recommendation, especially the way airlines are these days. They
yeah.
kind of do whatever the hell they want. And we wouldn't want you to have to miss a day. And you could obviously meet us, but it would, it's just such a mess to do that.
Especially if you're coming from the West Coast,
Yeah,
it becomes more.
much more.
But the good news is Shelby and I are working on a pre-night stay
Yeah,
somewhere,
right. You
and
should.
we're gonna try to include Ben with that, where we go out into St. Martin and hang with Ben for a night. That'll be obviously it'll be an additional cost, but it'll include a pre-night stay and some kind of fun happy hour type event with Ben. We're our biggest thing with that is we're trying to find a hotel that's close to the ship and
That'll do a
everything.
one night stay because in the
Yeah,
high season, so most of them want 2 night minimums. So
right.
we got to
You
work
guys
there. But
check the Morgan right next to the airport.
I
okay.
know. I get,
Yeah.
yeah, yeah, we saw that. We're trying to get down on the boardwalk there, Alex. So you know what I'm talking about. Yeah.
Oh, in
So
Phillipsburg.
yeah,
Yes.
yeah. And right, we want you guys to be able to wake up and see the spirit sitting
Well,
there
and we'd
and
like to go out to somewhere cool, but anyway, we'll
yeah,
work on
yeah,
that, you know,
All right,
that's
cool.
really, but
we
thank you.
got it.
Yeah,
Yeah,
and
yeah.
anyone have any questions before we let you go? Because Linda, go ahead, and Valerie here, I'm gonna unmute you first, and then Linda, I'll take you next, and then anybody else, just put your hand up. I just asked to unmute you, Val, see if anything pops up. There you go. Go ahead, girl.
Okay, so this is my first experience. I'm not even sure of the name of the ship, nor do I know the dates.
Oh, okay.
We didn't go over. It's January 25th.
Okay,
Is January to
Yeah,
February 1st. So we're gonna come in the 24th of January. February 1st is disembarkation, and it's the Sea Cloud Spirit.
okay,
It's their newest and largest ship. Sea Cloud is the company, and the Spirit is the ship name.
okay. So it's a seven-nighter.
yeah,
Yes, it's 7 nights,
Okay,
St. Martin to St. Martin,
okay.
yeah,
And
yeah.
approximate cost?
for one or two people.
Just for one.
For one, the approximate cost is going to be somewhere around 5,500 or 5,300.
Okay,
Yeah.
and for two?
For two, the lowest, we're talking entry level, of course. It'll be about 5,200 per person for two
Yeah.
each.
Okay,
Yeah,
so
because
So
figure
you see
around
there's
five
What?
there's no
thousand.
single there's no single supplement
there's no
right now
single
like,
supplement.
aside from the fee for the Ben cruise. So it's if you're going by yourself, it's definitely a good deal because normally you'd pay 50 to 100%
Right.
in addition, to
Well,
get
there's
on it.
only a
So
limited amount of those too. So
yeah,
don't,
yeah,
I don't want to, if you're watching this recording, they're probably gone.
yeah. So
Okay, so it's the
so
Sea Cloud Spirit,
Yes.
and
right,
it's for the end of January.
January
right.
25th
January
to February
25th.
1st.
And
Okay.
hi,
And there's three sea cloud ships. So go ahead, who else?
this is Janet.
Hi,
I joined
Janet.
a little bit late.
No problem.
When did you say it's probably going to be released? Because I'm definitely interested.
Oh, we
Well,
can book you
Ben,
now.
oh, you can book now. Yeah. Oh, sorry. Did we not say that? I'm sorry. Yeah, yeah.
Well, I think we
You
were
can book now.
focused on making
Yeah.
sure you guys don't miss the boat, literally, because
Yeah.
Chris
Yeah.
is going to have Ben drop it to his social media following in the upcoming week. And so you have an opportunity before that happens. And so, yes, you can
Right.
book now where it's 25% deposit. It's just that you need to book now before all the little deals get, we wanted to get into
Yeah.
it first.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
Shelby, do you know Scott Walker?
Yeah, Scott's one of my agents.
Yes. Okay. I just came back on a trip with him from Tuscany.
Oh, wasn't it amazing?
Oh my gosh, the
You guys had the
best.
best. Who's speaking? I can't see who's here.
It's Valerie.
Valerie.
Valerie. Oh,
Valerie.
yeah. I loved your photos. Yeah, we had a big powwow
I
after.
love Scott.
Yeah, he's the
He's
best.
amazing.
He's
I
Amazing
like
man,
Scott.
he
I
is
for
like
such a cool
sure.
Scott.
cat. He is a cool cat. He's been an agent with us for like over a year and a half now, and
Uh-huh.
even though I own the company, I often say I'm Scott's secretary because because he's got so many
I
people.
believe that.
And I'm not, I'm not an owner that would, just let, them flail. So I work with him intimately a lot with all of your bookings and all of your,
hmm
and yeah, he's a great guy, and he'll get credit for this too. If you decide to book, I put everything under Scott too. So,
Okay, good.
just so
Okay,
you're
good.
aware of that. We all part of the same family.
Okay,
Yeah.
good.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's awesome. Great. I'm so glad you had a great
I
time.
see you, Maria. Yeah, I got you.
Okay,
Okay.
let's go. Linda wanted to ask a question. Let me unmute her, and then whoever's next, I'll
Yeah.
unmute you.
Okay, is it a refundable deposit?
No, this is a
No.
non-refundable deposit because
Yeah.
it's an experiential, and we have to make sure
Okay,
sell it
Yeah.
well.
this
So it's
is
travel insurance, I would recommend. Yeah.
okay. So, I'm part of the team, but
Yes.
I'm also a psychic. And would you ever hire a psychic? Seriously, for
Well,
40 years.
let's offline that. That's a great question. I'll talk to
Yeah.
Amy offline to see if that's something that she wants to do. But do you have any questions about the cruise though?
No, you answered everything.
No.
Okay, super.
Thanks, Linda.
Thank you, Linda. Who's next? Anyone else have a question? Did you say someone else had?
Questions? Questions? I don't
Wave
see
your hand
anyone.
or unmute yourself.
No, I think who's coming in? Anybody? Anybody?
No, I
Anybody?
did see Maria came in late. Maria, do you have any questions? Because I know you.
No, Maria just wants me to call her.
Oh, got it. Okay, great.
Yeah,
Okay,
yeah,
well, I'm so delighted. It's 7:18. We wanted to make this.
yeah. We went late.
I know everyone's so busy, but you can get a hold of us by Facebook,
Mm.
by email, by carrier pigeon, by phone. Um, yeah, you can definitely reach out to me directly or Chris, whoever brought you. And if you want a Scott Walker's guest, definitely reach out to me because I'm helping with this. I'm helping Scott with this uh, production. And it is January 25th to February 1st, St. Martin to St. Martin with celebrity chef Ben on the Extraordinary Sea Cloud. And myself, Chris, and Joel are going to be there too. So it's going to be a lot of
And
fun.
maybe Amy.
And
And
maybe
maybe Amy.
Amy.
Maybe we're trying to make it work.
We're in. I
Thank
think
you
I
so
the
much.
problem is Amy's boss is a big Ben fan, so
Oh, he wants
Yeah.
to
we're
go.
hoping he doesn't pull rank on her. So yeah.
Right.
So I
I
think
a
well, a
quick
lot of them are fans at C Cloud, right? They're like I
Who
guess
isn't a fan, right?
yeah,
Come
I
on.
know, right? I know, I know.
Yeah.
All right,
Amy,
everybody. Well, thanks
one
so much.
second.
Oh, sorry,
Amy,
Valerie.
where are you? I see a mountain behind you.
This is St. Lucia,
St. Lucia. Okay.
but I'm not really there. I'm in San Diego.
Has been there. St. Lucia is a super great island. If any of you haven't visited there, that's on
Yeah.
it should be on your bucket list. All right, I've got to run, you guys. I'm gonna record this. If you have any friends that want to go, let us know. I'm so thankful for your time. I hope you loved it. We're so thankful for Amy and Chris's time from Go Luxury Tap Travel. I'm Shelby. You're fabulous. Bye bye for now. We'll see you on. See
Okay. Bye bye,
Bye,
everybody.
everybody.
Thank
Bye.
you.
you.
Bye bye.